someone asked you to sign a paper for the Buckley Amendment, would you?
No,
Why not?
because I am not familiar with that amendment.
Do you have a guess about what it is?
It's called the Buckley Amendment. Not familiar.
It's something that prevents third parties from viewing education records without permission from the student. So now that you know what it is, would you sign it?
Does that include the parents of the student, or is this high school or collegiate?
Collegiate.
Collegiate. So is this parents?
It could be, yeah.
I would not approve it because of that level usually their goals.
What about if they were athletes? Should they be forced to waive their rights to the Buckley Amendment?
Well, they already kind of do, don't they? Just because teachers, coaches, administrators are.
But should they?
Because they're held up to a different standard. Because they're going to say that student
You to sign a paper for the Buckley Amendment, would you?
For the what?
Buckley Amendment.
What's that?
Would you sign a paper for it?
No,
Why not?
because I don't know what it is.
Do you have an educated guess about what it is?
No.
Okay, well, it's something that prevents third parties from viewing your education records,
Oh,
their
then
status. Okay. Should athletes be forced to waive their rights to this amendment?
yes. No.
Why not?
Well, like, is the NCAA considered a third party? Oh. So technically, we would have to waive our rights so that they can review whether we'd be eligible or not. I don't think we should have to, but I don't think there's any way to get around it.
Sign a paper for the Buckley Amendment, would you?
Yeah.
No, because I don't know what it is.
Okay. Do you have an educated guess about what it is?
I have no idea what it is.
Kim, man.
It's something that prevents third parties from viewing education records of a student.
But he's having like the Jaguar,
So it's like privacy rights. So would you change your mind now that you know what it is about signing it?
Yes.
And then should athletes be forced to waive their rights to this amendment?
If he wouldn't got
No, I shouldn't have to.
Why not?
If you watch a film,
Because they're right to their privacy.
Sign a paper for the Buckley Amendment, would you?
I don't know what the Buckley Amendment is.
Do you have an educated guess about what it is?
Never heard of it before.
Okay. Well, it's something that prevents like third parties from viewing students' education records. So it's like privacy, right?
Okay.
So now that you know, would you change your mind about signing it?
I would need to know exactly what it says. I mean, all I know is the subject material.
Okay. And then should athletes be forced to waive their rights to this amendment?
Well, I need to know more about the amendment, but no one should be forced
Why not? Do you have any guess on what it is? Well, it's an amendment that prevents third parties from viewing students' educational records. So it's the privacy. Right. So now that you know what it is, would you sign the paper? Yeah. Why not?
Because I think that students' grades should be confidential, because it's not really a measure of what they know, it's about their book smart. So I think that really has nothing to do with it.
Okay. What about student athletes? Should they be forced to waive their rights to this amendment? Coaches can tell how they're doing if they're eligible.
I think coaches should be able to make sure that their athletes are performing at their best.
Asked you to sign your rights away to the Buckley Amendment, would you?
No,
Why not?
because it's my stuff. Like, it's for me.
Okay. What do you think the Buckley Amendment is?
To be honest, I really not have a clue. But if I had to guess,
No idea.
No idea.
Okay. Well, it's something that prevents third parties from seeing your education records.
Okay.
So now that you know what it is, would you change your mind about signing it?
Probably not.
Do you think that athletes should be forced to sign their rights away for this so like the NCAA can check their records or their coaches?
Yeah. I
Why?
believe so. Why? Well, because they're supposed to be, hierarchy compared to us normal students, because they are on watch and everything. They have to have higher standards because they get paid more to come here. We don't get paid, the average students though. So they should, be watched visually at all times.
You to sign a paper for the Buckley Amendment, would you?
For the Buckley Amendment? I don't know what that is, so probably no.
Do you have any guess on what the Buckley Amendment is?
I'm guessing it's a piece of legislature, maybe having to do with concussions.
Okay. It's like a privacy issue that third parties can't view students' education records.
Okay.
So now that you know what it is, would you waive your rights to it?
No,
Why not?
because I don't feel like it's anybody's business what my educational records are besides me. If I decide to give a particular employer that information, that would be my business, and that would be a specific instance. I wouldn't want my educational records out there for anyone, regardless of how good or bad they are. And they're good, by the way, since I'm on camera.
Do you think that student athletes should be forced to waive their rights?
I feel that student athletes have the same rights as everyone else. Just because they choose to participate in athletics doesn't mean they should necessarily have to disclose their academic records to everyone. However, I feel coaches have that right because a student athlete is a student first, so they shouldn't have the right to participate if they can't also complete college and those responsibilities at the same time.
Gave you a piece of paper to waive your rights to the Buckley Amendment, would you?
Yes,
Why?
because I think that it is important for both your mentor and yourself to know where you stand academically and financially within the school system and the sports system.
Okay. To you, what does the Buckley Amendment do?
Does it have something to do with athletes signing their rights away, or not their rights away, their financial and student grades to their to their coaches for their knowledge?
Yes, it prevents third parties from viewing their education records. So you would still sign it,
Yes,
knowing that's what it is.
yes.
Okay. And do you think athletes should be forced to waive their rights?
I don't think they should be forced. I think that they should want to. Should be a
Somebody asked you to sign a piece of paper to waive your rights to the Buckley Amendment, would you?
No,
Why not?
because I don't know exactly what it is, and I really hesitate signing my name on anything, and I don't know what it is.
Okay. What do you think it is? Do you have any guess?
Buckley Amendment. I have no idea.
No idea. Okay, it's like a privacy right that third parties can't view education records of students. Like it's just between the student and the teachers. So now knowing that, would you sign your right to that amendment?
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't have any problem with people seeing what I've done academically.
Okay. Do you think that student athletes should be forced to sign their rights away? So like NCAA or coaches
Yes,
can...
I think they should, because it's a big part of athletics. I mean, if you don't have academics, you cannot participate. And with the cheating and stuff that's been going on as a college basketball coach, I think that the third party should have a right to, because there's been other stuff like Derrick Rose having other people take his test and stuff like that. So if you want to be an athlete and you want to have that responsibility and have that glory, then yeah, you should not hide anything academically, and you should be able to handle whatever.
Piece of paper to waive your rights to the Buckley Amendment, would you?
Yes, I would.
Why?
Because I believe it's a good cause.
Okay. To you, what is the Buckley Amendment, or what does it do?
The Buckley Amendment kind of changes the way things used to do. Things were in ranchers. Ranchers were previously not allowed to have their unicorns in public. They had to keep them in a solitary barn, and so the government made them so no one would actually believe the unicorns are real. So this Buckley Amendment now allows those ranchers to let out and let their unicorns roam free all across the country, and so I really think that's great for the unicorns, so I would do that.
Okay, well, actually, it's a privacy right that doesn't allow third parties to view students' educational records.
Okay.
So now knowing what it is, would you still sign it?
I would probably, I'd have to know a lot more about it before I would just sign it.
Okay. Do you think that athletes should be forced to waive their rights to this amendment? So, like, coaches can view their grades and their progress in classes?
I think they should because they're privileged to play sports. They're right. So they should have the opportunity to advantage.